Or maybe my phone is bugging. I don't know.
Nah, it might be that. It's blinking. Let me change something around real quick. Keep going.
All right. Hey, stream stopped. Yeah, Jay is out here. Jay, what's up?
Is it back?
I don't know. He said the stream stopped,
Okay.
but I'm right back. We're working on it. Is this part gonna end up on YouTube still? I wonder. Like, does this get recorded?
I don't know.
If it does, you know what I'm saying. Peace to the God. Shout out to my set. Shout out my wrist and neck. Okay, cool. Oh yeah. Let's see. So I'm still in the chat. It still says we're offline at the moment.
It's still going.
Is it still going? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, now you guys get to see the magic of live productions. Sometimes things go awry for the Twitch streamers, but YouTube, you guys are getting all this classic content. Y'all ain't missing out on nothing, baby.
Nothing.
Nothing at all. So since we're taking a little break from Twitch, I'm just gonna go back and revisit, man. Like, Project Pat is a Southern legend. I love Project Pat, man.
Okay. The reason why we're saying this is because the Future's out. Because he sounds
Yes.
like him, right? I will. I'm not taking nothing away from Project Pat.
Project PA teaser.
He created his own lane, and I appreciate him for that. I do. I do appreciate the fact that he had his own lane. I appreciate the fact that he put out music, and this is my opinion. It was so bad it was good. You know?
Oh man, but it wasn't bad. It was dope. Like, man, Project PA teaser had. But you know what, man? I like the whole 3-6 Mafia. Like, when that whole, you know what I mean? When their time, they were kind of coming up. This is before, you know what I'm saying, riding spinners and all that stuff. Like, even kind of before Sipping on Some Scissor, because, like, to me, that was the song that really kind of pushed them out to the mainstream.
Yeah.
As far as, hip hop goes, and then, when they got the Oscar, then they started doing. Like, I remember at one point, DJ Paul says something about Burger King, and in one of the songs, I was like, "This was like, yo, y'all have officially fallen off.
Yeah,
it's gone bad." But before that, man, back when they were still underground, yo, they had some classics, man. What was Juicy J's first album like, man? Man, I forget the name of it. But yo, if you've not heard Juicy J's first album, like, classic, bro. Name It After Me, bro. The Willie Hutch samples, classic, bro.
I'll have to give it a chance.
Classic, but I mean, it really was the birth of that trap sound. Like, if you had to put a stamp on where the trap sound came from that's around right now, I would have to say it came from 3-6 Mafia, because like them underground tapes, they were so raw and so gutter and had a lot of soul samples, a lot of really, really heavy trap snares and things like that. Like DJ Paul and Juicy J and somebody else was helping them produce, but I know they were the main producers. They where's Jared? You ain't been watching the show, player.
So we do think that we'll get into that Future album, because I do want to get into that. So Kanye, we're kind of not worried about that. What in the world happened with Ghostface Killer and this guy, the AIDS seller, not the AIDS seller, the dude that sold or bought the thing with the pill for AIDS? The guy,
Martin Shrell.
Yeah, whatever. So I saw a video.
Yo, first of all, Martin is like real life Lex Luthor. Like, yo, this guy is a real life villain.
Yeah.
And like, I don't root for him because he's a scumbag, but his antics are hilarious. I have to give him that. Yo, we're still offline, B.
No, we're good.
Are we?
Close it.
Okay, I'm gonna close it. Open it.
Yeah,
back
close
up.
it up and open it up.
Okay, yeah, all right, cool. We back live.
Yeah, we're back.
How much of that did y'all see? Drop it in the chat. Let me know how much y'all saw that. Because, man, we had a passionate debate about Project P or teaser. But, okay, we're talking about Ghostface and Martin Shkreli or whatever his name is. Yo, like, dude is a real life villain. And now he's threatening to destroy the Wu-Tang album, which I could care less.
He bought it, though, didn't he?
He did. He paid $2 million for it.
Oh, so he's going to probably just release it to everybody.
Nah. What he says, he goes back and forth between either destroying the album or uploading it to a remote server somewhere real far away, and any Wu-Tang fan that wants to hear it will have to make a pilgrimage, a spiritual journey to go hear this album.
What?
Yes, like that's what I'm saying. This dude is like a real life supervillain,
He's
and
like, he's
it's
like
hilarious.
I saw him with the goons, and then one of the goons is drinking Hennessy through the mask. And I didn't watch it with any audio because I didn't want to hear him talk trash.
Oh, you should have seen it. It was hilarious.
It was funny to see it though, man. I'm like, this guy is funny, man. I really So so there isn't really much going on video game wise, and you see we're playing the Division beta, and I know you don't play Destiny, Kevin. But I gotta get on my soapbox real quick, man.
Okay, go ahead, man. Let it out.
Okay, I have an issue with Bungie and Activision. First off, the only thing that keeps me going back to playing Destiny right now is the guys I play with. I found a cool group of guys I play with, and a lot of different personalities. We bust each other's chops and we play the game. It's a community-driven type game. But when you have a game like that and you don't let your community know the vision of where you're going with it, people stop playing. And then you have games come out like The Division, who will tell you and flat out tell you that, yo, it's like a Destiny game. It's a looter shooter. It's an MMO type RPG type shooter game. I would think they would be on Nadine and want to be able to put something out to make people be like, you know what, don't forget about Destiny. And I don't want the whole aspect of the game to be told to me like, hey, this is what's going on. But it's a community driven game. You have to let the people know what your vision is as a company. Like, hey, it's nothing coming out right now, but we got something coming in, blah, blah, blah. And they are coming out with these little incremental drops. And they told us from the beginning it was a 10-year game it was going to be. And like I've said it before, and I'll keep saying it, I don't believe they thought Destiny was going to be this big. I just don't think they did. And it's showing its teeth by doing that right now. Because right now, the community is just really just pissed off because there's nothing to do. In Destiny, there's nothing to do, man. And like even the stuff that's coming out, like the Iron Banner, which is the PvP aspect of a 6 versus 6, and you can get some gear. It's not as good as the raid gear. So even if you get it, you're going to be leveling up with raid gear because you have to take other higher gear and infuse it into the lower rank gear. And that's where it's like, why even come out with it, you know? So, and then I played it. I play it.
I think that game just reached its life cycle, man.
I think so too, but it's also like, if that's the case, then tell us Destiny 2 is on the way.
I mean, think about it. They milked that game for over a year and a half at this point, man. They dropped it 2 years ago. Then this year they dropped Taken King as the expansion. So unless they have plans on dropping another expansion, like that game's pretty much reached its life cycle, which, I mean, is, you know, I'd say fairly reasonable. I mean, how many games do you really get that, you know, span 1 to 2 years, you know, for a life cycle? I mean, most games we get now, like, man, life cycle's a couple of months, and then, you know, boom, it's on sale.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that is a big part of it. But when you have a game that you see that it's taken off as much as it has, and you see that people are playing it no matter what, or they just love the game. They want, basically, it's a hunger for more.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a rapper. Like, you're putting out music, and if your fan base wants more music, give them more music. Give us more. Just give us something to do. And if you're trying to, and a lot of the things they try to mirror were kind of like WoW. And if that's the case, you're pretty much taking WoW's business model and you're like an MMO, then you have to give us content. You know, you can't just leave your fan base out there with nothing because they're going to abandon you. And you got games like the Division beta that just came out, and, you know, we're playing it right now, and it's a pretty decent game. But one thing I will say about this game that I don't like is you cannot play this game by yourself when you go into the PvP aspect of it. Because when you go into the PvP, which is the Dark Zone, that's the way you get some of your best gear. Okay. You go into an area called the Dark Zone, then it's contingent on you extracting that gear out of the Dark Zone. And the way you do it is you go to like these extraction points, and you light a flare, shoot it in the air, and you have to wait for the extraction to come. Well, when that extraction comes, it's kind of like all roaches go to that area because there's only one extraction for the whole area right there. So if you have other players that's in that area, they're trying to extract stuff too.
Yeah.
So there's only 3 slots you can extract. So there's only 3 people can extract stuff. So what'll happen is you'll get other vultures there. Like, if they kill you, they can take your stuff.
Right.
So it's a mad hunt to get to the extraction point and then stay alive without people killing you to get your stuff out. So
yeah, you gotta stay with the squad.
So you gotta stay with the squad. You can't go by yourself, man. And it was frustrating because me and 2 of my guys I play with online with, we played the other day, and the guys we ran into, we had got some cool stuff. We wanted to extract it, but it was we never got anything extracted because the guys we went up against were higher level than we were. They just shot us and took our stuff. You know,
Shady.
Yeah, it was shady, but it was strategic on their part. It's like, hey, he has a nice gun, I'm going to shoot him.
Right.
And now we're back to square one. We don't have any gear again. So I don't like that part. And it is a beta, so I don't want to kill it too bad. And it is a small portion of the game, so I got to keep reminding myself that it is a beta. And like right now, I'm just in a free roaming area right now.
Yeah, they'll nerf it, but I ain't gonna lie. Like right now, I'm like we're just one thing I hate about open world games is the running with nothing to do. Like that drives me absolutely insane. I was playing Uncharted, and I was like, one thing that I would really say is dope about this game is that it's got an open world feel without being open world.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty linear though, isn't it?
It is.
Okay.
It is. I mean, you can move around and you can explore a little bit, but for the most part, it's a linear game. So,
and I think that's what people were loving Tomb Raider for, because it was pretty much the same. It mirrored, like, it was pretty much Uncharted, the girl version.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Where you got something to do. Like you need to be out here making moves, make something happen. Like open world games, I think that they suffer from having big worlds with a lot of nothing going on. That's where Grand Theft Auto succeeded, because to me it was like you had an open world, but even when you weren't doing something per se, like there was still enough going on that it was interesting. Like, you know what I mean? The people that were on the streets were doing, like, you would just see people getting into random fights, you know what I mean? Or just saying random stuff that it still made the game entertaining, you know what I mean? People running away, like, you know what I'm saying? People getting into car chases with the police and stuff just randomly.
Yeah.
And that kept the game entertaining. Like, I can't stand just walking around an open world. There's nobody else around, and it's just me just walking and nothing else is happening.
I think, I agree with you. I think this one's going to have it, but it kind of reminds me of how Watch Dogs was, and I hated Watch Dogs.
Yeah, see, I didn't play Watch Dogs for that very reason. I figured it was going to be a lot of that.
It had a good premise, because, like, when you saw it, like, hacking and everything was connected, it was kind of dope, the story behind it. But as you start playing it, Ubisoft is good for that. They did that with a couple of the Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah.
The controls were just bad, but...
Only thing that kept me linked in Assassin's Creed is that the stories were so good.
Did you play all of them, though?
I played a good majority of them. Like, I played 1, 2, and 3. Like, 1, 2, and then they came out with it wasn't necessarily 3, but it was, kind of a side story game or whatever. And I played those religiously. And after that, I kind of fell off with it because it started to just become the same thing over and over and over. Where it was cool to me was that it was like kind of using real life things, talking about the Knights Templar, and you know what I mean, using real people from history, from Aristotle, and just a whole bunch of different people, and a lot of the events that they talked about really happened. And I was a bit of a history buff, so to me that was really cool to kind of play that in a game. But even after a while, that whole facade kind of wore off a little bit.
All right, cool. I'm gonna go to the dark zone and see if I can show y'all that.
They wanted the folks want to see some cool stuff, Nadir.
I know. Well, you know what? One thing about this beta, there's not much cool stuff except for in the dark zone. So I'm gonna go there now.
You know what, Mrs. Will? I would say that I think people might be getting a little tired of open world shooter games. Like the genre has kind of run its course to where every game is kind of coming out that way. And we talked about this in weeks past, how we feel like there may be a need, or there may be a niche now for games that are something different. We might really just need something different from that at this point, because like when open world sandbox style games kind of came out, like everybody gravitated towards them because it was something new. But now every game is like that. So it's not exciting anymore. Like, people are building these beautiful worlds, and there's a ton of content in there. And a lot of times now, games like what's that No Man's Sky or whatever, and they built that game up on like, oh man, there's infinite planets in this game, or the map is so big, whatever. But like when I watched the previews for it, it looked like a whole lot of nothing going on. Like, you go to these worlds, it's like, okay, I'm at a new world.
Yeah,
with nothing to do.
I don't know about that game. I know Jay is really geeked about that one. I don't know about No Man's Sky, man. Like,
that game looks whack.
It does. It's too much open. Like, I like open world. Don't get me wrong, but
it's got to be something to do.
It's got to be something to do, man. Because I'll lose hours and hours into something trying to build up resources, or and it's like
I get bored. I get bored real fast.
You got to keep my attention, man.
Yeah, like there's got to be a story there, and that story's got to keep progressing. Like, I've got to feel like I'm working towards something. I can't just feel like, oh man, I'm just like, how much fun would it be to walk aimlessly down the street in real life? Like sometimes I think about that. Like that doesn't sound like very much fun at all. Like, all right, I'm just gonna walk outside of my house and I'm just gonna walk, and I've got nowhere to go. I'm just gonna walk. I don't want to play a video game like that. That sounds like a shit real life. So you know what I mean. I don't want to play a video game like that. You know. So and that's where a lot of these open world games are kind of faltering.
Yeah.
But all right, to take it to stop running and shooting stuff. I don't know that we can stop running and shooting stuff, man. I think that that is kind of the purpose of the game at this point.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is, man. I'm gonna go to the dark zone now.
We're gonna get that rocking, see how that pans out for us.
Yeah, get killed a bunch. Because one thing about it, when you die, you lose XP too.
Oh wow! So, oh man, this game don't play.
No, it doesn't. So I don't have a squad to play with right now, but I'm gonna go into that dark zone.
Man, hold on. Now I did want to take it back to Martin Shkreli or whatever, and Ghostface for a second. Like, yo, like I noticed that somebody asked Ghost how he felt about it or whatever, and that's kind of what started this whole thing. He was like, "Man, I feel like dude is whack for bumping the price up on that AIDS medication or whatever. Like, out of this world, jumped it from like $13 or $11 a pill to like $760 a pill." He was like, wow. I think he's whack for that. That was a whack move, but. I guess the Martin guy has explained that. I don't really know, what his purpose is besides trying to be a supervillain. Mm-hmm. But
you hit it though. He's Lex Luthor, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think he's Lex Luthor, man. He really is real just go get the baldy and just fully just embody it, man.
He loves it. He loves being the supervillain. Like he knows what he's doing.
He had the goons with the ski mask. They drinking Hennessy through the mask.
When he told Ghostface, when he sent out that tweet and said, "Yo, watch your mouth," you know what I mean? You call yourself Iron Man, but you looking rusty AF. Yo, I was weak. I cried when he said he was looking rusty. That really had me in tears. I'm like, yo, I hate to root for the bad guy, but this guy, he's comical. He's pretty funny.
So hold on though. So let's get into this Future album. All right.
Is it that time? Okay.
No, let's just get into
jump
it.
Into the future.
Yeah, let's get into
Purple Rain.
Okay. Preferences by sentence. I'll go first today.
Okay.
Production's good. I don't know who makes his beats. I don't know who does all that. Awesome. What I start getting into a problem with Future is he talks about absolutely nothing. Nothing but doing drugs, what happens when he does drugs, and the fact that he needs drugs. I get it. Future likes drugs. I do get it. But there's got to be more to you than that. You're a dad. You have the same problems as anybody else. Talk about those things. And blow your nose before you start talking. He sounds like he needs to blow his nose, man. And maybe that's one of the reasons why I like Drake is he enunciates. Like I can hear everything he's saying. Whereas with Future, and I don't get why he's got such much a big buzz. I think he boxed my boy T-Pain out, though. Because he got T-Pain all the way out of there. But I listened to the album twice. And I like the beats. He had me tapping my foot. I'm not going to lie about that. But that's where I think everything is wrong with music nowadays. Is you put out a nice beat and you're talking about absolutely nothing. Mustard, ketchup, hot sauce. I mean, you're talking about nothing. Huh. But the beat is tough. And that's what pulls everybody in. So I listened to it. If he wasn't on it, I'd have gave it like a 70. Ooh. But the fact that he's all over the album, and it's his, it's his mixtape, of course, but that album's a 50, man. I get that thing a straight 50, man. Like, I don't want to hear it ever again in life.
Dropped a smooth F on that.
Yes, man. He does not pass. Not at all.
I feel it.
Yeah. And it's not so much anything against Future. I just don't think he's capable of doing it. And maybe it's because I'm 37. I don't understand the whole aspect of the music with them, but I really just don't want to listen to nothing he puts out. I do like him on certain tracks. Yeah. Like the whole him and Drake album, I couldn't really realize if I hated it or not when I heard it, because I like Drake, but I don't really like Future. But it was some tracks where he was actually saying some stuff. But after listening to it more and more, I'm like, I really just don't like it. I don't like him. I don't like it's not so much his style. It's I don't know what his lane is. It's drug lane. Like it's got to be more to you than that, man. It's more to you than that.
Maybe. But you know what? I would say that Future, man, he like when he tried to venture out there, man, and made that Honest album was when he was cold. Uh-huh. Like the fans have kind of made it so like, hey, this is what I think he found a formula that works and got him back hot. And he's like, yo, I'm gonna ride this wave on out because this is clearly what the fans want to hear. When Future was with Sierra, he dropped that Honest album, and there wasn't talk like that, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? He had that Trophy song with Kanye, which, I mean, like, oh God.
And I think Miss Will's right, man. She said when she just said it about the album being money driven.
Yeah,
that's what it is, man. I think the money is definitely the
motivation.
The motivation of it, man.
It's got to be. I mean, if you could put out a hot, viable product, then why wouldn't you? You know, I totally understand that. I totally get that. So, like I said, he tried something different. It didn't work. Like, people didn't want to hear that from Future. Future was cold. You know what I mean? Like, Future was hot a couple years ago. Then he cooled down, and now he's like scorching hot again. You know what I mean? Out of nowhere. Like, he knows he had cooled down.
But why,
he just sees what works for him.
Yeah, why did he get scorching hot again?
Man, he put out that Beast Mode, 56 Nights, and Monster. And you know what I mean? Like, he was talking that stuff that people wanted to hear again. When he moved away from that and started doing like the Body Party song for like Sierra, that was a big song for Sierra. But it didn't really work out too well for him. Like, his music took a hit. Nobody wanted to hear that from him. So, you know, if you see that, then, I mean, what are you going to do? Like, are you going to still be like, oh, well, let me keep putting out this music that nobody likes, nobody's going to buy, and then my career is going to be in the toilet, or let me make this crap? You know what I mean? Like that. But people seem to love it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Like, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I prefer this Future from the Honest Future. The Honest Future was not good. You know what I mean? Like,
but everyone puts him up on that 56 Nights.
Yo, 56 Nights was dope.
Okay.
Yeah, 56 Nights was fire.
So will you compare? I know you listen to both of them. Is 56 Nights compared to this?
No.
Okay.
Like, this is more along the lines of Beast Mode, which I didn't really care.
That's the one he had the.
I didn't really care for Beast Mode.
The one that had the face with the blood on it, right?
The album cover. It was like half his face, the other half was like a mummy mask or something like that, I believe. I forget, man. It wasn't very good. Yeah, it was either that or he was holding the heart, and the heart was kind of like a mic.
Yeah,
I always forget which one is Monster, which one is Beast Mode. I think the heart and the mic was Beast Mode.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But I didn't think that was a very good project, but 56 Nights was fire. And,
so what did you think of this album?
Okay, I'll jump into the review of this one. Like, Purple Rain, it had some cuts on it. I thought it was pretty good. It was listenable. You know, it's not a mixtape that I would ever probably listen to in my headphones. It'll probably strictly be for when I'm riding around in my car. You know what I mean? And maybe, you know, riding around with one of my guys or something like that. And put that on. You know what I mean? It's a easy listen while you're riding around and stuff. It got a lot of, you know, heavy bass, a lot of real cool drums. Like, the instruments sound great on there. His voice blends very well with the instrumentals that are on there. But overall, very forgettable project. Like a lot of Future's music is, like, he makes a lot of kind of throwaway music, if you ask me. Like, I mean, even down to DS2, I felt like that was kind of a throwaway album.
I did too.
But you know what? I don't feel like anybody's gonna want to really listen to Future's old music. So as long as he keeps coming with new stuff, you know, that stuff will be hot for a month or two. People will get their, you know, kind of get the people what they want there, and we'll move on to the next thing. And that's, you know, that's kind of his lane. That's where he benefits. So he can keep up that formula. I really don't really have much else to say about it. Like I said, it was a pretty forgettable project. I would probably give it a 70 just because I did like the production. It wasn't bad. You know what I mean? It wasn't a bad mixtape to me, but it wasn't something I would you know, readily recommend to everybody. Be like, oh man, everybody got to hear this. It's not one of those kind of projects. So,
well, 70 though, huh?
Yeah, you know what I mean? It passes. You know, it kind of skated by. Like, bro, you almost ended up with that D. But on the fact that, you know, hey, I could listen to it, I'll let him slide. Okay.
I'm not going to fight him. He's going to kill me if I shoot him. And this guy's going to probably kill me too. But I'm going to go. I got to go.
Yeah, I see him getting ready.
Yeah, he got ready. He got a flame torch. I'm in a crazy area. See, this is what I was talking about with this game. Like, I'm by myself.
You don't really want to beef, huh?
No, I don't want to. I'm dead. I'm out of here. Yep, she's gonna burn me to death. I'm out.
So they was squad.
Yeah, they were. Well, that was the computer though. That wasn't people. Yeah, that was the computer. If I had a squad with me, I could have actually fought them and did pretty well against them. But that's what I'm saying. Like, this game is so squad based when it comes to the multiplayer. You can't play by yourself, which got me back on my whole Destiny thing. And I'm gonna jump back on my soapbox with Destiny for 1 second though. The whole thing with Destiny is the game is done right now. I don't think there's any other way of slicing it. There's nothing that we can tell ourselves to be like, oh, there's more coming. No, Destiny is done. The only reason why I play the game is to play with the people I play with, which are a cool group of guys I play with. That is it. The game itself is done. There is nothing left to do. And it's really weird that they would leave so much on the table right now with Destiny, because E3's coming up. And you would think that they have something in the tucked away to release, but I don't know, man. And like Kotaku had an article about it. Game Informer actually released it, where they said that it's getting delayed, and everybody at Bungie is look, I'm dead again.
Man, they're going hammer time.
Yeah, everybody at Destiny was or Bungie was kind of denying it, but there's no vision on what's coming out, man. It's a critical point right now.
Yeah,
there really is nothing coming out with it. But that's get back off my soapbox with that. As far as the future thing, man, like
they say it's disrespectful for them to name that album after such a classic Prince album, and to Godson Jay Reed. Purple Rain sounds like a Cameron album. I believe Cameron actually has a song called Purple Rain, if I'm not mistaken.
Purple Haze, I think.
Was it Purple Haze?
I think it was Purple Haze.
I know he had the album Purple Haze.
Yeah.
Was there? Maybe not. I don't remember. I can get where you're coming from with that. I don't. It was a throwaway mixtape, man. Like, what more did you expect? Guy had to name it something. He was probably just sitting in the studio like, what are we gonna call this?
Right.
Purple Rain. Oh, perfect. All right, throw it out there.
Right.
It was gonna be what it was gonna be, but
all right. So that's another person.
Okay, it looks like they were getting the work.
Nah, he killed him.
He got a little bit of life. Maybe you better hit him.
Yeah, he's done. I think the dude's done. I'm gonna go pick up this package though.
And then you got to get out.
All right, so I got to get. Okay, now see that yellow thing on the back of my back?
Yeah.
I got to get to an extraction point to get that out of here, or else I don't get that. All right, so what's up, guy? How you doing?
He trying you, bro.
I think he's gonna roll with me.
Oh, okay.
Let me get to an extraction point.
So does that mean he'll get it too?
Whatever he has. It looks like because I helped him that we're both trying to get to the extraction point to get our stuff out.
Okay.
Now, if there's other multiplayer people there, they can kill us and take our stuff. Like so that's the part I don't like about it. So I'm not squatted up. Oh, see, extraction already started.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, what's going on here?
And this is where I got to keep reminding myself that it's a beta and they're not going to hold my hand here. Where the heck's it at?
Let's see. Final Fantasy 14. I don't think anybody cares about that.
Nah, Jay, you're not here to talk about that. So
sorry,
we're not
you're gonna
have
to save that. Yeah, you're gonna have to save that.
Yeah,
for,
you're gonna save that for when you
come back.
Yeah.
About the character specs. Character specs of what? I'm not sure what we're talking about here. Man, we talking about future Purple Rain in here,
Rain,
baby.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? Character specs, man. Character specs is promethazine codeine. Let's go.
Hey, yo, but hold on. That's another good point, though, man. Like, okay, I get he likes his drugs. I get he has his vices that he likes, and that's what he likes, right?
Uh-huh.
There's gotta be... Oh, shoot. Oh, don't kill me. Oh, God.
Get out of there, man. You ain't got a barrel roll or something? Like, yeah, okay.
Okay, there's gotta be more to him than that.
Okay.
I mean, come on, Future. Like...
There is, but, man, nobody wants to hear it. Like, nobody wants to hear it. Like, man, them TM88 beats, man, they sound good. When he's talking about, you know what I mean, the stuff that people want to hear from. And that's kind of the predicament
come get me. Come get me, dude.
Put itself in.
He killed me. There's two big bosses up there. My loot got dropped.
Yeah, they're going to have to fix this.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to get back up there because I can get it back.
They need to nerf this down. We know who Future is, man. Quit trying to hate on Future Hendrix. Super Future.
Super Future.
You know, but... yeah, man. Iron Man looking rusty. That still makes me laugh. I don't know why, but it was just so funny. Like, oh man, that guy, he's a super villain.
What caught me off guard, man? Like, I didn't know that he was beefing with. I'm like, I thought he was the Wu-Tang's not savior, but
nah, man,
he was their guy.
Nah, he's a troll, and he's a troll with money, man. When he said he was gonna pay Bobby Shmurda's bail to get him out, so that way he could make music for him, just him.
Yeah.
I was like, first of all, that had a bit of racist undertone, but we're not really like that. Ain't what we do here at GamesMusicLyfe.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? It's like, you like the shmoney dance that much? You know what I mean? You gonna post $2 million bail for this guy, or maybe he just got money like that?
No, I think you were right. It has some sort of racial undertones on it, but also it was whack. It was like it wasn't even true. Like, I think he was just doing it to troll. Because he wasn't getting Bobby Shmurda out. Matter of fact, he got arrested that same week, though.
He did.
That's when he got arrested.
Yo, when the FBI had to confirm that they didn't have the Wu-Tang album, that was pretty funny, too.
Yeah. Oh, I know what we want to talk about.
What's up?
Macklemore.
Oh, yeah. We did talk about that earlier.
We did not talk about Macklemore's thing. And first off, let me say this. I'm a little bit guilty of when I read it, I read a passage about it before I listened to the song. So I went into it with a different mindset, like I'm not going to like it. So when I listened to it, I'm like, why is he crapping on Iggy? Why is he talking about blah, blah? And then I listened to it more. He's talking about he's Iggy.
Yeah.
He's talking about, he was talking to white people about the Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, he was.
You know? So he wasn't, when I realized he wasn't talking to hip hop people like you and I, he was talking to people that might listen to his music and might not understand what the Black Lives Matter aspect was about. I thought it was very dope.
Yeah.
You know?
I definitely think that was dope of him to put that song out, you know, really kind of put that out there. Because he put himself out there.
He did.
With that song a little bit.
He did. But I do wonder how it's going to be receptive. Because I don't think a lot of people understood what he was saying. You know, I think some people would listen to it and like, that's one thing about reading nowadays is like you get clickbait and you read something and then you're like, okay, my mind is made up before I even listen to the work. Yeah. And once you listen to the work and you understand what he's saying, it was a pretty dope thing that he did.
You know what, though? I think that song is going to get a lot of skips just on the strength that, you know what I mean, the people that it's aimed to, they don't want to hear that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, for a casual listener, a fan, like, when I think of Macklemore, I think of that Thrift song. You know what I mean? Or even that song that he just came out with. But, like, Macklemore makes kind of fun music. You know what I mean? So the people that want to listen to that, they want to listen to, like, him and Flo Rida. Like, if Flo Rida came at you and was trying to come with some conscious stuff, like, I mean, would you really take Flo Rida seriously?
Absolutely not.
I don't take Flo Rida seriously as it is now.
No, absolutely
you know what
not.
I mean? So, and Macklemore, not to say that Macklemore is in that same lane of goofiness, but to say that Macklemore's fan base is, you know, just kind of looking to have a good time. Like, I don't know if they'll really be receptive to how real he kept it in that song. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And especially the fact that a lot of it is kind of pointing the finger back at him. You know what I mean? Kind of making them have to be responsible for, you know, a very serious topic. Yeah, I would say so.
Right. But I think when him talking to people that not necessarily it doesn't really affect, or that they might not even understand what's going on, I think that's pretty, you know, valiant of him to do so. But then it's like, it's kind of a double-edged sword when it comes with him. Because even before when he, you know, tried to give back the award, when he won Album of the Year, when everyone knew it should have been Kendrick's award, it's like, at that point, you're disrespecting your fans too, dude. Accept your award. The people will work that out as far as who's going to get the awards. And we've seen that it's going to work itself out with Kendrick this year because he got like, what, 50 million nominations. So he's going to win. It's going to come back to him. But I just didn't think it's kind of for him. It's kind of he's in a bad situation as an artist.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's in a bad situation.
I feel like he's got the best situation for this to work for him because I mean this song will blow over. Like all he's got to do is drop one more. I'm gonna pop some tags and he's right back in there. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that song will just be the Forrest Gump of his album or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
Forrest Gump
that gets that instant skip.
Hey man, where did Frank Ocean go, man? Where's he at, man?
Come back, Frankie.
I'm gonna tell you, I don't listen. Your sexual orientation means nothing to me, dude. Just make some good music.
You know he's back on the other side, right?
Stop. You don't.
I promise
you don't go. You can't flip back though.
He got a girlfriend.
Kev, you can't flip back, bro.
He did it.
You can't.
Hey, David Bowie did it.
David Bowie's never confirmed though.
I feel like David Bowie was.
Nah, he never went on. Because I remember I listened to Howard Stern. He never went on Howard Stern because Howard was going to ask him about those questions. And his ex-wife, that he had, was who aired him out, her dirty self. But yeah, he never really acknowledged it. He never. I mean, it was always known. Like, we knew David Bowie was probably gay.
Right.
It didn't matter. That's what people were saying. Like, dude, we don't care. But they wanted to know.
For whatever reason, I guess. Yo, speaking of which, man, like, I really love Bowie, man. Like, Bowie's got some classics.
He does.
I've been meaning to get back and listen to that, his last album, I believe, it's like Black Star or something like that. But I've been meaning to get around to it, man. My guy, The Needle Drop, he did a review of it, man. Which Needle Drop, man, if you ever happen to watch us, man, big fans.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But he did a review on that album, and it really made me want to go and listen to it just because of what he was talking about, the concepts of the album and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like it was a really dope concept, and I'd like to get around to it. Plus, I hear that he did a lot of the music with Brian Eno, and I don't know how many of our listeners are familiar with Brian Eno, but yo, Eno is dope, in a totally different kind of way. His music is very different, but just his contributions to society have been pretty cool, I would say. Yeah, but what were we at before that, man? I jumped all the way off top. Oh, Frank Ocean, man.
Yeah.
Frank Ocean, come back to us, man. We need Channel Orange again, man, or whatever. What was it? Boys Don't Cry. Whatever you want to name the album, buddy. I don't care. Just drop the music. We need the music, Frank. Yeah. Man. You were the dopest new artist out.
He wore us out with that Forrest Gump. And I think once Cat started realizing that he was talking about a guy,
it threw him off. I didn't even care. I was like, yo, I'll just skip this track, man. The rest of this album is fire. Pyramids, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro.
But I think that taps into a larger aspect of just community based, man. Like Sam Smith comes out, he complete flames, he's accepted. And to keep it all the way real, the elephant in the room, I mean, black community is hard to accept a gay artist. They're just not gonna accept him. And I think now they will, and I thought they will before. Somebody has to be the one to start it. And I think Frank could have did it because Frank was that guy, man. And then he just went into hiding. Like, he's completely gone. I don't even know where Frank's at.
Said Lou Reed, Transformer. I'll definitely check into it, man. Especially if Bowie contributed a lot to his work. I'll definitely check into it, Mike, actually, man. We appreciate you following, too, man. First time I've seen you in the chat, buddy. So, man, make sure every week, man, we're here, 10:30 to 11:30, man.
Hey, that's my guy right there, man. That's
you
Mike,
Nadir's guy, and you're my guy, Mike. I fool with you the long way, buddy.
No doubt, man. We go back like babies and spinal cords and car seats. Man. That's my guy. Like we got into a lot of hip hop discussions, and like I had to ask him, man, are we related? Because he has a good ear for music, though. Seriously. So we kind of were talking about it, but and we played Destiny together. So you probably missed my rant about Destiny, Mike. But
he says it's over, man.
It's over.
It's over, buddy. But
only reason, like I said, the only reason why I play because I play with them. It's a cool group of guys, but. But yeah, I got to get some Bowie in my life too, man, because I don't even remember Bowie from that movie. Was it Fantasia? What movie was he in? Was it Dark Crystal? I forget what movie he was in growing up. It was one of my favorite movies of all time, like as far as just watching it as a kid. Yeah. And you forget how much good music that he made. And he just put out an album too. And I'm going to tell you, man, some of these older artists, you got to be careful. Natalie Cole put out an album, she died. Dave Bowie put out an album, he died. Like, you might want to really just go get that good checkup.
Yeah, you know
what I'm saying. But although with him, I think he had cancer.
Bowie knew, and that's actually what they said about the album. The album is very introspective, and it talks a lot about dying because, and what from what I've heard about it, it was like he was kind of preparing himself for dying.
Yeah,
and he was trying to come to those realizations and stuff like that. So to me, that sounds like a fantastic album to listen to. Now, sonically, I can't say how that album is going to sound, but the concept sounds, though a bit morbid. The concept sounds very, very deep, and like that sounds like something real to listen to. You know what I mean? Like that sounds like art to me.
It definitely it puts a different spin on it when you know that the artist knows that they're about to no longer be here.
Yeah.
Then it definitely puts a different spin on it. So, I haven't listened to it. I'm gonna actually give it a listen, and I'm not gonna review it because I don't want to.
I'm not gonna crap on it. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. But we can definitely listen to it and still discuss it. But I won't grade it.
Yeah.
As far as that goes.
There's a new Lil Dicky mixtape out though.
Little Dicky, all right.
That dude can rap.
I know that's your guy, man.
That dude can rap, man. He can flat out rap. I think he doesn't take himself. He takes himself not too seriously, in the fact that he doesn't really listen to no old school rap. Because I heard him on Mike Rappaport's pod, and he does never listen to any. He has not listened to any Tribe Called Quest albums. And I think as a hip hop artist, you can't even call yourself hip hop if you haven't listened to any Tribe. Jeez.
All right, man. Peace out, Mike. Actually, we'll catch you next week. Hopefully, man. It was cool talking to you, man. Appreciate you checking us out this week.
So what album we gonna listen to next week?
Oh yeah, that's what they were just asking, man. What album? I think I picked Purple Rain last week. So what would you like to hear? And it could be anything, man. If we don't, we've been in a hip hop zone. So if you're feeling like going in a different direction, man, we can do that.
Only R&B album that was out was Chris Brown's. I don't listen to Chris Brown.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've heard it sucked. So,
yeah, I heard it sucks too. I heard it's
Riddler
based, man. He needs to.
Yeah, what? Oh, we could do that, Rihanna. I mean,
let's do that.
Okay, there we go. That's outside the box, and Mrs. Will, this one's for you. We're gonna do the Rihanna album, so we'll listen to it this week. So I know you're gonna love the car rides this week as we jam to some Rihanna. Hopefully it's cold so we can keep the windows up.
Right, because somebody next to you hearing you listen to it. Oh, that won't be bad.
We can't review the new David Bowie, man. I don't want to give that a bad score. You know what I mean? We'll listen to it and we can still talk about it, absolutely. But I would hate to not like the album and then kind of crap on a guy's last work. So we'll listen to it and we'll talk about it, and that'll be that.
I think we'll listen to it until I don't want to review it.
Yeah, man. It kind of puts me in a scary space.
It does. It's like I'm not respecting
his last
him.
album.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that, man. So all respect and peace to Bowie, man. Thank you for your contributions to music, man. You dropped a lot of timeless works that I've enjoyed. So we'll leave it at that for Bowie.
So this will be up on YouTube later on. You guys can check it out. Jared will be back next week. So
Nas still lost.
Nas still lost, Jared. So we didn't hit any Nas slander, and the reason why. Anybody out there, Jared feels that Nas is the greatest artist of all time. So we argue about it all the time. But since you're not here to defend yourself, Nas lost.
Nas lost part 3, baby.
Right. So yes,
we should name that. That'll be the name of this week's episode, man. Nas lost part 3.
Part 3.
Because
Nas definitely lost.
He lost.
All right. So yeah, we're gonna reviewing the Rihanna album. We're gonna listen to the David Bowie, and I don't know what we're gonna play next week. We'll figure something out because the Division beta's gone.
Yeah.
All right.
There's another beta, I believe. So maybe we'll check into it.
I hope you don't got a pre-order because I'm not pre-ordering no more games. We'll talk about that next week too.
Man.
All right. So yeah, thanks for rocking with us, man. See you guys next week.
Peace.